Hey everybody, ZoomZike here, continuing some more Sonic Generations. In the last episode, we went through the glorious rooftop run. And speaking of running, we're running through all the courses that we have done so far. And we are going to enter Planet Wisp. Well, with a bunch of wisps on a planet. But it's a course. So it's not really a planet now, is it? That's something to think about. But here we go, Planet Wisp, the final stage that you'll ever see me do, besides the challenges. If you catch my drift. Basically, the final stage of this game, Planet Wisp, came from Sonic Colors, where they introduced Sonic's new voice actor. I'm not sure, he's in this game though, so you're able to know what his voice is like. He basically went from, like in Sonic Adventure DX, he basically went from a cool, like 14, 15, 16-year-old kid dude to like puberty. Like puberty hit Sonic like a supersonic train. I said supersonic because Sonic can't get hit by a train because he's too fast, so I have to make a supersonic in order for it to go faster than Sonic, but that's like the speed of light. So I don't know. But the cool thing that they did in this course is that in Sonic Colors, normally you would get all these little wisps, which is basically whenever you obtain them in Sonic Colors and you use them, you'll have special abilities that you're able to use. The one that you see in this course, in the Classic course, they only give you one per act. So in this act of Classic Sonic, you only get to use Spike Wisp, which is basically when you get the Wisp, you're able to jump into the air or stay still, and you use the Spike Wisp, and then you'll hear some awesome background guy say, "Spikes!" And then he'll, like, well, you'll see right here. And then you'll turn into a big spike ball, and you're able to climb up walls and ceilings, and you're able to spin dash really quickly. Like here, let's see if I show it here. Nope, not really. But you have lots of control over Classic Sonic right here. And when you do the spin dash in this form, it's extremely useful since you're able to go around all the walls very fast. And for modern Sonic, there's something called the Rocket Wisp, where when you get the Wisp, you're able to hold Y, and then when you let go, then you'll shoot up like a rocket, like completely vertical. It's like really cool. And those aren't the only wisps in Sonic Colors. There's, let me see if I can remember. There's Laser, where you basically turn into like a laser cannon thing, and you choose where you want to go, and then you'll like bounce around everywhere. There's Spike, which is what you see where you turn into spikes and you're able to go around the walls. There's Rocket, which is the orange one, where you're able to go vertical, really blast upwards, which is what is this for modern. There's Cube, where you turn to a big literal cube and you fall down places. Frenzy, where you turn to a big Pac-Man-like monster, destroying everything in your path. And then, oh come on, I know there's one last thing. There's specific colors, and I memorized them for the colors. Great time to go look it up, because I'm gotta do that. Sonic Colors Wisps. Wisps. It like brought up wisps, but the wrong thing. Oh yeah, there's different things depending on the version. That's probably what I was thinking of. Yeah, so white is basic. Okay, white wisps is basically your boost gauge. Oh yeah, drill. The drill wisp is basically you're able to go inside the ground and you're able to like go extremely fast, like, and you're able to go really underground. And you're able to go super fast. And then there's green hover. You're able to go into a round hovercraft and reach higher places. And then there's violet. I don't even know what that is. And then there's red, which is like red burst. It says here turns Sonic into a living fireball. And yeah, it's only for the DS version. For some reason, Sega has gotten used to, with their new Sonic games, they've gotten used to releasing them on the 3DS or DS. Mostly 3DS. They got used to releasing them on the 3DS and the Nintendo Wii or Xbox, and they changed little things. Like in this area, in Sonic Generations, I probably should mention this. In Sonic Generations here, I probably mentioned this last time, but all the courses that you see in this game are basically only for this version of Xbox 360 and PS3, but for the 3DS, it's different. So here, let me go through the courses right here for the 3DS. Okay, so in this game, the courses are Sonic that are Green Hill, Chemical Planet, Sky Sanctuary, Speed Highway, City Escape, Seaside Hill, Crisis City, Rooftop Run, Planet Wisp. And in the 3DS version, There's Green Hill, and the second one, Casino Night, replacing Chemical Plant. Then there's Mushroom Hill, replacing Sky Sanctuary. Emerald Coast, replacing Speed Highway. Radical Highway, replacing City Escape. Water Palace, this one's a little bit new. It replaces Seaside Hill, so they got rid of Sonic Heroes, and they decided to add in the DS. They decided to add in a DS one, since it is on the 3DS, so why not add in a DS one? It's from Sonic Rush. And then they skipped Sonic the Hedgehog 06, and they skipped Sonic Unleashed, and put Sonic Colors. They replaced Planet Wisp with Tropical Resort, which is the first course in Sonic Colors. And the bosses are different too. And should I say that I kind of like I like some of the bosses that they chose more in the 3DS version than the ones that they chose in this version of the PC, 360, and Xbox, since it's just a little bit, it feels a little bit better to me. Because like there's like an Egg Emperor, I think, if I read that correctly, in Sonic Heroes, and you're able to fight him in the 3DS version. And then there's the Bio Lizard that you find in Sonic Adventure 2 that replaces Perfect Chaos. I really like the Bio Lizard, not the Final Hazard. If you play Sonic Adventure 2, I'm not talking about the final one where you're in space and you're Super Sonic and Super Shadow. I'm talking about the one where you're playing as specifically Shadow, and the Bio Lizard is chasing you like, well, he's standing still, he's stationary. And he's like turning his head, he's like, I'm gonna eat you. And then Shadow moves, and you're like, oh, I'm too fat, I gotta go this way. Yes, that's how he sounds in my ears. That's how he sounds, because he is kind of fat and he can't really move that well, and he doesn't have any eyes at all. So you really have no idea how he's able to see Shadow, the ultimate life form. And it's kind of funny too, because the Final Hazard at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, it's called the prototype of the ultimate life. That's it. It doesn't say the prototype of the ultimate life form. It says the prototype of the ultimate life. Now Shadow, he's considered the ultimate life form, but this guy, he's considered the prototype of the ultimate life. So think about it. If that guy, the Bio Lizard, actually succeeded, and he did become the ultimate life form, we would have Shadow. So like Shadow's the ultimate life form, and he took down the prototype of it. And if you don't know what prototype means, this is just in case. It's basically like a failed or before the actual thing. So Shadow, in a way, is the Bio Lizard's sibling. In a way, since they're both created to be the ultimate life form, but one of them was a failed experiment. So in a way, if you were to go into technological terms and scientific terms, they are related. In a way, they are related. And look, Big Bang Achievement Progress. Not Big Bang Theory, not gonna make that reference. Oh crap, I already did. Well, Big Bang, we have 17 out of 18, so once we get S rank on this next one, it's gonna be all S, and then it's gonna be yeah, but you won't be able to see it because what monitor we're going through right now, it's gonna be easy for the first 3 red star rings, but then we have to get 4th and restart the entire thing. Now, what you see on the screen might surprise you. Homing attack. Now, if you know, homing attack is basically where Sonic jumps up into the air, and you see it in Modern. He just locks onto the person like a dink, like a target icon. Then you press that, and then boop, and then he just launches towards him, and then he destroys the enemy. Now, Classic Sonic having homing attack. Oh man, I'm gonna show that, because there are 2 skills that I want to show after it. And this was actually the skill. I think I mentioned this an episode or 2 ago about the 2 skills. This is the first one for homing attack. After I defeat the final boss and the credits roll, or if they survive, you never know, Sonics may die. But after the credits roll, if they die or not of a horrifying death, then I will show the Classic Sonic homing attack in some of the coolest I was supposed to say some of the coolest episodes, but some of them stages. And then I'm going to show the thing that mostly appeals to Sonic, because he gets another thing too. It's not after this, it's after you defeat the final boss, and you know what it is. It's basically what you get after you collect all the Chaos Emeralds. It's like Super Sonic. So like, I'm going to show the Classic Sonic gameplay of homing attack after I beat this game, and then I'm going to show Super Sonic gameplay of Modern Sonic, since I don't want to give too many spoilers, but they don't change too many things when you go Super Sonic as Classic. His jump height is increased, that's kind of it. he glows and his jump height is increased, and maybe he speeds up a little bit. Not sure. Did I forget to do an introduction for the last course? I did. Let me try this again. This is Planet Wisp Modern. How was that? I think that was pretty good. Well, this is Planet Wisp Modern, where basically we actually have the rocket power-up this time and not the spike power-up, because it would be lame if they had the same thing. And I wish they could have had a little different things, like maybe 2 per one, like maybe have Frenzy and Spike in Classic and have Rock and Laser for Modern. I think that would have been a little bit cooler, but oh well. At least we get rockets, and they don't edit it at all, because this is complete raw file of how Spike and Rocket are supposed to work. When you use Spike, you're supposed to go around the walls and shoot up, and they still reuse the same audio. The audio doesn't seem different, I think. I didn't really analyze the audio when I had Sonic Colors too much. But the red star rings for this level is actually... it's okay, because there's lots of platforms here. See all these platforms? If they fall down, you are screwed. You can't do anything, because when you try going back, you know how in games where there's an enemy and then like you accidentally kill the enemy, but you need to get to a certain part? That happens in a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog games, and you're able to just go to the left or something and then move back right, like move the screen to the left by moving and then go back to the right, and then he'll be there. Well, that's what works for some of these platforms. But for the 2 that I showed you, it didn't really work. For like number 2, for Red Star Ring number 2, it won't work as well. Or Red Star Ring number 3, since they just kind of disappear on you. But here's where things get frustrating. Now, I'll leave it up to you guys to choose which Red Star Ring you want to be your last. I just chose the little bit more epic one, because I'm going to make it go super slow-mo, so it can be super epic. So right now, if you're following along and using this as a red ring guide, I don't know why I didn't call this like a red ring guide. Did I? I hope I mentioned that at the beginning episode, because imagine the amount of people that were looking for a red star ring guide, but I never mentioned I was doing it, so they just exited it. That would really suck. But we're gonna get the easier red star ring first, because I'm like that. That's what we're going to be doing. So basically, you're going to want to take the bottom path. I know, it's weird, right? I'm actually taking the bottom path this time. I normally always take the top path, and I think I mentioned that in my Q&A video when I was doing a full playthrough of Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, we're cruising along with this guy right here. It's like, oh, nope, I'm going to abandon you. But now, if you guys know me, but you, well, sort of do. If you know me on a public level, not a personal level. If you know me on a public level, you know that when there's, well, I'll tell you now, but you know how I am extremely stubborn. So like in Chemical Plant, people would say that you can't not, I just say can't not, you cannot get all the red star rings and do it in one go. That's impossible. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna get it all in one go, and I will do this. So I went for the first one, and then I backtracked with a bunch of parkour and stuff, and I managed to get all 5 in one go, despite what people told me and stuff. And then I tried the Sky Sanctuary, and I know for a fact that you're not able to do it, and I know for a fact I'm not able to do it in this one too, because the reason why I can't backtrack in this one is because the second you go to the area where you need to get the red star ring, the second you arrive at that space, you can see it right behind the checkpoint right there, that this platform forms, and then it creates like a barrier, so you're not able to go back. So you have to do the course 2 times in a row, which is kind of frustrating, but whatever. Anyways, this is the more hard one, and get ready. The last red star ring! Bah! Yeah! We got the last one. We need like a victory cheer. Clap with me, or I'll just be alone. Okay, I'll just be alone. I don't know if you were clapping or not. But that was the last red star ring that we will ever get. And they actually give you the main theme song of Sonic Colors at the end of this, and man, is it awesome. I might play it. I want to play Endless Possibilities in His World, and I think it's called Reach for the Stars. I want to play those 3. At least, I'll still have commentary over it, but I'll do it like how I did in City Escape. In City Escape, if you didn't notice, the audio was a little bit lesser than normal, just so that problem with lyrical music that I have didn't really occur. How did I say it? Did I say that in a British accent? Man, that was a very terrible British accent. Okay, let me try. That's a very terrible British accent. I'm not very good at doing a British accent since I don't know what British people say. Because I'm so bloody bad at a British accent. I'm so bad because since I'm in California and stuff, I say dude a lot. So like if someone gets hurt, I don't say, hey, are you okay? I don't say, are you fine? I say, are you alright, dude? I say dude at the end of it because I've been in California too long. And I know some of you may do it and say like, yeah, we do that here in our country, but it's like really overdone. Like 60% of the time whenever someone gets hurt, someone say dude in the sentence. Like, hey, are you alright, dude? But getting away from that, we just finished Planet Wisp. Yep, and we got all the red star rings, and we got color power, which is basically you get the red star ring about, I think it's the 5th red star ring that we got, but man, is that epic!
Dude, there's the emerald! Pretty slick move, huh?
I was scared because somebody took me, but now I'm free! I'm a free bee! Free bee! Free bee! Whee!
Don't you love how Sonic is kind of like, when he kind of scratches his head, he's like, maybe we shouldn't have gotten him out. But we just got ring energy bonus and reach for the stars. Ring energy bonus, when you get rings, your boost gauge goes up much more. And reach for the stars is that epic song that I was telling you guys about. And just like we did at the beginning of the episode, we're going to go back through all the courses that we have done. And I'm going to do a memorable thing next episode. This has been ZoomZike, and I'll catch you guys later on the next episode of Sonic Generations.